What is going on? I'm Zedma. We are going to turn our background audio back on. If you don't play with audio, I would recommend trying it for a day or so. There's a lot of great sounds put into Boom Beach. I know, oops, I didn't mean to do that, but it doesn't hurt to refresh that code, because if you think about it, just do it. Let's jump on into Warships, though. I know I rag on Boom Beach a lot. The sound quality is great, especially Everspark. I know we're not going to be using Everspark right now. This is my base. The fact that we got the damage amplifier shows you we went down that bottom road. Critter launchers are absolutely scary. If you don't have Rocket Choppas, these things just tear you a new one. It's crazy how much damage they do. We have gotten into Seekers, and if you watched my sneak peek, you saw that I was very concerned about Seekers at the 4 engine room level, but you know what? We figured it out. We're going to go through, do a couple of hits using a couple troops like this. Before we do that, though, I'm going to show you a different hit. There are many ways to use Seekers. This engine room right here, if you were using all Rocket Choppas, you'd have to do like counterclock. I guess that's actually clockwise, going 1, 2, 3, 4. We are using 2 boats of Seekers to change the narrative, to change our path. Don't have to use any shocks. Don't care if those guys carry forward. There are too many mines in front of them. We are simply using them to get our pathing to be a little bit different, to shorten the paths. We don't have to come all the way back to the front. And then Brick doing wonderful Brick things, taking a cannon to the dome, stopping that cannon from killing our Rocket Choppas. And then this shock we hit right there, I'm pretty happy with that. 2 minutes 59 is quick for people who don't have Seekers, but we can do better than that. As you can see right here, oh, you can't even see the time. 3:20, not bad at all. We're going to fly through this, getting those heavies to clear the mines, getting those Seekers going up the left side, getting the Seekers going up the right side, and then onto that final engine room. You'll notice we are using Iron Will. That is just to reduce the effects of mines and defenses and things like that. Now, you'll notice that I dropped some on the right-hand side. What you can also do is once you get a little bit more confident, I'm not quite there yet, of course, is let your Seekers go from here to here to here to here. My problem is every time I try to do that, I end up getting here, I flare my heavies over to here, and then the Seekers go back that way. So you got to be really careful. You got to become pretty familiar with the distances and the engine room locations. You're going to screw it up once or twice. I'm just going to try and keep this as simple as I can. 3 boats of heavies when they have shock mines, and 2 boats of heavies when they don't have shock mines. Might even switch back to some Rocket Choppa hits, depending on how things go. This one, I have not seen this one. Perfect. Just in time for what we're trying to do here. So, by the way, I do not have artillery. That is one of the ways that we managed to get to where we got to, is by not having heavies. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to just let my heavies get towards the flares, and then I'm going to flare them all the way back, hoping that those heavies actually clear all of the things by simply being in the right spot at the right time. Are they going to get all of the mines? Definitely not. We're still 1000% going to hit a shock mine or 2, but I feel like we should be able to have enough Seekers to get all the way back there. Just need to get these dudes rolling. Look at that. We got enough Seekers. We might even be able to get this final engine room with a shock on that flamethrower. Come on, Seekers. Let's see what you can do. Can you get that final engine room? It looks like we probably can. 3 minutes, 5 seconds. Kind of like that. Just be very aware. But again, I'm glad you guys were here for that, because I don't know if I can pull that off again. That's the first time I've done that. One thing, if you're going to give that hit a try, be very aware here. We're going to watch this. We need to let our fat dudes get to the flares. I mean, get to their flags. If they don't get to their flags and you flare, they're going to turn and they're going to avoid a bunch of the shock mines and things are going to go pear-shaped. So be very, very careful about when you flare. I can't believe that actually worked. I'm super stoked that you guys were here for that. Let's go. This person trying to get all of the critter launchers up in our grill, which frankly would cause a whole lot of problems. Could cause a whole lot of problems. We're just gonna give it a go anyways. This might be a very bad idea. This is the first time I've seen critter launchers up the very front, which makes me feel like it might be an awful idea. So we're gonna switch it up. I'm gonna do something like this. Now, the one great thing about Seekers is the fact that they work amazingly as critters, which sounds a little bit stupid, but that is the case. We're going to send all of our dudes over to here, hoping not to get in range of that right there. And then once that happens, we're going to send all of our Seekers over to there, just trying our darndest to get all of this stuff going. Seekers are going to get back into here. We're going to shock. All we're trying to do at this point is clear the path for these Seeker dudes. Trying to get a little bit of value for our Seeker dudes. Trying to get away from all of this stuff. So those Seekers are going to work as critters to distract that cannon a little teeny tiny bit. And now we just need to get a decent time on the rest of this stuff. Brick is going backwards because Brick is a complete dum-dum, but that's kind of okay on this attack. We're going to get into here. I'm going to throw a shock about there, and Brick, oh, they've already retreated, so it doesn't really matter. So I know this video was all about using Seekers and the importance of Seekers, but you gotta realize that bases are going to start being set up to trap Seekers, and we definitely don't want to fall into anybody's trap. So set your base up and realize that you probably have enough defenses to slow down the Seeker players, and calm yourself a little bit. We're going to get a very slow time. This person only got one engine room for some reason. They're probably trying to figure out Seekers just like us. At the higher tiers, that's not going to happen. Let's see what the heck happened here for Squiggles Mick. Squiggles, see that? Changing things up a little bit. You didn't see that coming, did you? Let's see. What were they trying to do? Heavies, 3 heavies, and some Seekers. Look at these critter launchers. They fell for the exact trap that I was worried about. Those critter launchers just eating up the critters. Can't tell which ones are which unless you really zoom in. I'm pretty sure if you zoom in, you can see that Seekers have the little red dot above their heads. I'm getting into the weeds here. Let's have a look there. Seekers have that little red dot above them. If you look at the critters, they don't. So you can tell the difference, but let's be honest. Who's zooming in that far? They're both blue. They both have black wheels or legs. It's tough to tell. By the way, I did change video sources about partway through this video, about partway. You know what I'm talking about. So if you notice the difference, the first bit, the second bit, let me know which one looks better, or if they look exactly the same, do let me know that as well. Okay, we are going... What are we going to do here? We are going to send... I'm going to send in a boat or two of heavies. We're going to wait a little bit, and I'm going to send some Seekers trying desperately to get them in that back corner. Is it going to be a good idea? Probably not. You know what? I'm just going to go all Seeker. We are going to send Brick. Brick is going to be our away team. We are going to send Brick right to there. Then I'm going to send 1, 2, 3 boats there. I'm going to wait a little bit, then I'm going to send... I don't even know what I'm doing. This is not something I'd recommend to basically anyone. What I'm trying to do here, in case that wasn't super duper obvious, is I'm trying to send some Seekers into that back area, just thinking that if we can get a different path for some of our Seekers, we can get onto those back engine rooms without having to send anyone else. Just getting our Seekers as our mine clearers. Is it a good idea? Probably not. We're going to find out in about 4 seconds or so, just to see if we have enough Seekers. all Seekers is possible. This is one of those scenarios where this season with Seekers, it is a tough sled. You are going to make so many mistakes along the way. I gotta say, I am a pretty good Seeker player, and if you look at this, it is win, loss, win, loss. Definitely needs instant training. So just be aware though, I can't stress this enough. As soon as people get to cryo bombs, it is over. I don't care if you have every single defense, if you've got every single mine, Seekers will wreck you. Though that cryo bomb is just going to be a massive can opener of doom. We'll do one more hit. Now, I gotta tell you one other mistake that I've made. Not super proud of this. I have accidentally mixed in the cryo tanks with the Seekers. They look sort of the same color. If you're in a rush, if you're trying to switch from heavies or rocket choppas, don't put these guys in. You will be very, very, very sad. Let's have a look at this base. What do they have? Fairly generic, fairly straightforward. I am thinking we're going to go with 2 boats of heavies. 2 boats of heavies is my default. That is where I like to live. If that doesn't make any sense or not, I don't know. We're just going to send all of them back into that neighborhood. I am going to go 1, 2 on that left, and then we're going to drop all of our Seekers over into there. Hoping that that thing right there does not ruin us, and then getting our flare to keep on moving. I spend way more GBE than I probably should on critter launchers. Critter launchers scare the bejesus out of me. Like, critter launchers, the number of critters that they send our way to stop our troops, just so dangerous. Using smoke, I know I have not used a ton of smoke in this video, but do use smoke to get your troops to where you need them. It can be very, very helpful. Got a little bit lucky there. That smoke was not well placed. We are going to finish on a high note. Are there some takeaways from this? Yes, there are definitely some takeaways. This is not one of those videos where I say this is the exact troop composition you should use every time. You need to look at their base, see where their critter launchers are, see where their shock mines are, see how many engine rooms are on one side or the other. But do be aware that these Seeker dudes work very well with heavies. They work very well with rocket choppas. With rocket choppas, you're getting an engine room and or using these guys as like cheap critters. If you have artillery, Seekers get much easier, but don't go back for artillery. Going back for artillery is a bad idea because the cryo bomb is like 4 bajillion times better than artillery. Going back for boom cannons, you might be facing some boom cannons on your Rocket Chopper account and thinking you're going to go back for them. Don't. Go get the cryo bomb. Cryo bomb, cryo bomb, cryo bomb. That is all for me, though. Weekend video, which is very unusual. Hopefully you guys appreciate. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm a Zedmont.
Peace.